Don't duck back.
Get your spoon and your crack. Shooting up in the back.
Yakety yak. Don't talk back.
I don't think that's how that went.
I feel like we're missing something there.
Roll up your blunt because this is whack. Just the whole thing's about weed.
Smoking crack.
Yeah, smoking crack. Guys, welcome to the Real Awkward Podcast, a podcast where we get real awkward.
And none of us smoke crack.
Nope. I don't smoke it.
Because that's whack.
Oh my God. Guys, this is the best damn podcast you heard
Today.
Ash was drinking her drink.
Sorry. Priorities.
My name is Andy.
I'm Amanda.
I am Ashley.
As every time I edit, Amanda and I are on it. I'm Andy. I'm Amanda. And then fucking it's quiet for like 5 full seconds. And then she's like, yeah, I'm Ashley.
I just hope sometimes you'll just move on past it and you don't. So then I have to say it and I don't want to.
I'm Andy. I'm Amanda. I'm Ashley. Like, he's just like, you'll wait or you'll be awkward.
Maybe my voice just doesn't project. So there's like a leg.
It's like you just don't say it until it's like you have your own delay.
Yeah, like it just takes a while for the sound to get from my vocal cords to the microphone.
No, it's from your brain
That's
to
what
your
it
mouth.
Maybe I want a different name, okay?
Okay. I'm Ashley. How did you used to do it?
I'm revving up.
I'm Ashley.
That's what I did.
Oh, yeah, I know. But
After the beverage
after you drank.
swig.
Okay. Maybe you should stop drinking during the intro.
No.
Amanda.
Yes.
How you doing today?
I'm fine.
Oh, awesome. Good.
Did you guys see any movies recently?
I did.
What?
What did you
Creed.
see?
The first one.
The first one.
The first Creed. Because Ash wants to go see number 3, and we had not seen 1 and 2, so we watched number 1. And it was pretty good. It was basically Rocky all over again.
And I never saw Rocky, and I don't care about Rocky, but Andy, for some reason, feels the need to continue to talk to me about Rocky and all the synopsis of all 5 movies.
We would be in watching Creed, and I would be like, and another thing about Sylvester Stallone is that during this scene, he would chase chickens. And Ash is like, please stop. Just let me watch the movie.
I think that was the first movie I'd ever seen with Sylvester Stallone.
Which I thought was crazy.
Really?
Yes. She hadn't seen any other except for Expendables, which she claimed she never saw.
I didn't see it. I walked in and
Andy,
saw a
me
short
and
scene.
you watched Expendables.
We watched
Yeah.
Expendables back at the house, right?
Uh-huh.
So you never watched Expendables.
No.
You haven't seen...
Did you watch the newest Suicide Squad?
I was going to say, that's what I
yes.
said afterwards when I looked him up. I was like, oh, I have seen that. But he's a shark.
He is a shark.
He doesn't have a face. But I will say, I liked him.
Yes, because he's a good actor.
I expect him to be like a bolt head.
No, he's a New York.
Yeah.
Right? Is that his accent? New Yorker?
Yeah.
New Yorker?
You should also watch the first Rambo because it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
First Blood?
Yeah.
Yeah. I also think she should watch Copland, where he gets fat for the role.
I mean, it's all right.
Oh, also she should watch Demolition Man.
Okay, I was going to say Demolition Man because
Yeah.
that's amazing. But also Tango and Cash is a really good like buddy cop movie
yeah,
with
you
my
would like
with
that.
my other
Never heard of
husband Kurt Russell.
I was going to say, Kurt Russell's in that one. Yeah.
All right.
You would dig that one.
I
You
don't
would
know
like
that I'm
one.
going to go on like a Sylvester Stallone
We should.
stint here.
Let's do a Sylvester kick.
I got too many other
Honestly,
things to watch.
Suffering
my-
Succotash.
In my
Yeah.
opinion, I think we named all the ones that are worth watching.
All right,
Somebody's
so we
going to get
don't
in
need
here.
to do a Sylvester Stallone street cred.
No, we
Also-
definitely
also-
need to.
Cliffhanger.
Oh, yeah, Cliffhanger. It's where he is on cliffs.
He's
hanging.
on
Do you
cliffs
know
hanging.
that like sci-fi and action are like my 2 least favorite.
I do
like,
know that because
genres.
I was finishing Mandalorian today because I was way behind. So I finished season 2. And Ash is like, you know the problem with Star Wars?
What did I say?
Wait a minute. Hold on. We need to put a pin in this. Have you? Wait. So you just finished Mandalorian
I just
season 2?
finished
Did you?
season 2 of Mandalorian.
Did you watch the Book of Boba Fett?
So I haven't started season 3. I have not watched Boba Fett because you told me it was shit.
It is shit, but there's
Yeah.
okay, so literally I think there's 6 or 8 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett. 3
Yeah.
of them are all about the Mandalorian.
Well,
Like,
and
they're
what's
all
funny
about
is
the Mandalorian.
Boba Fett got pushed back in to the forefront because of the Mandalorian, so it kind of makes sense because people are like, "Well, I missed the Mandalorian."
So here's what I'll say. Like, as far as Book of Boba Fett goes, nah. But there are a couple episodes that are worth watching, especially like the very last episode or second to last episode, because there's a pretty cool fight scene sequence.
well, and I thought the last couple episodes of the Mandalorian were cool fight scenes too. So
very much.
yes,
So the Book of Boba Fett, you get to watch him actually wield the Darksaber.
yeah.
And so I will say, for the Mandalorian, it is worth watching because you get more out of that.
I'll probably watch it because I like the whole. She fell asleep. No, legit. This is what she says when I'm watching. She goes, "The problem with Star Wars is it's just way too big. There's just way too many movies and characters to figure out. It's like watching Game of Thrones all over again." And I was like, "I get it. I understand. You
That's
won't
not
ever."
what I said.
What'd you say?
I said there is not enough distinction between characters and like their costumes and colors that like they're not significant enough for me to remember who each individual character
That's
is.
true. She did say that because everyone looks like they dressed from Tatooine.
When
and that's the
everybody's
only-
dressed in brown,
Yeah,
like in Star Wars and in Game of Thrones,
yeah.
I'm sorry, but like I don't remember who you are. You're the person wearing brown. Like
Fair. I understand that. And their names are really goofy.
that's why I said in like the DC or not DC in the Marvel universe, like everyone has their distinct costume. I understand they're like superheroes, so they're supposed to be brightly colored or whatever, but like that's helpful for me to remember who each person is.
Yeah, because you're not into the lore or whatever.
Yeah, I don't feel backstory.
I do understand that. I do
Yeah.
get that. Because especially like when all the Mandalorians and all the like bounty hunters are together and they all have their helmets on and stuff, you're like, who is who? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
who I'm
exactly.
talking about.
And there's even a scene because Bill Burr's character is like, "Oh my god, I thought you were the other guy." Like,
Yeah.
So like, I get it, but no. To your point, Amanda, I have not seen Book of Boba Fett. I have not seen Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I've not seen Andor. So like, I am crazy behind on that stuff.
We have not
Andy's not
finished.
somebody who like tends to binge watch things on his own.
No,
so if I don't
I'm not
watch
an
them,
early adopter either. Like, I'll watch stuff a little later, unless it's like we watch Stranger Things late.
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, in general, like when something like if a Marvel like series comes out on Disney
Yeah.
Plus, we'll watch it.
Right.
But that's because we'll both watch it. But if I'm not going to watch it, you're not going to jump right in.
Oh yeah, because we just started The Boys.
The Boys. You're like 4 episodes in.
You're just watching that show.
Dead.
We're
Okay.
just watching The Boys right now.
So,
So,
I'll
let's-
say
let-
though, it's really good.
it is really
It's
good.
okay. The Boys is like easily one of my favorite shows to come out in the last few years, period. I think it's better than the Marvel shows. I think it's better than the Star Wars shows. It's amazing. The Boys is a series that I've read on comic book for a really long time that
Oh,
I'm
nice.
so
Nice.
glad it's finally like being noticed because it's so violent and it's so over the
Yeah.
top, but it's also what would really happen if people had superpowers.
Oh,
Absolutely.
They would
absolutely.
they would be
Yeah.
owned by
Absolutely.
companies, they would be represented by
Yeah.
companies,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's amazing. And every time you think that show can't get wilder or crazier or better, it does. Each
Yeah.
season is better than the one before it.
Yeah, we read it was like nominated for 5 enemies.
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 Jesus. Emmys for like season 1 or something like that. So
It's so
Yeah.
good. It is
Yeah.
so good. It's so well done. You'll have to tell me what you guys think as you continue to watch it, because there's some shit that happens that you're like, it'll happen. You're just like, oh my
yeah,
god.
I'm stoked. Like, I started watching it and then I was like, Ash, I watched the first episode. It's really good. Will
Yeah.
you watch it with me? And she was like, okay.
And that is rare.
I know.
For episode 1 to be good on any series, that is
Yeah.
rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually a show, I will give it 3 episodes, and if you haven't grabbed me by episode 3, I'm out.
I
Yeah.
still don't know how I got through frickin' Blockbuster, the series.
You really forced that.
It was so bad.
You insisted.
See, I haven't watched that one yet, but like as far as the Star Wars
Don't.
shows go, we watched Obi-Wan and like it was fine, but like it was fine. And then Andor, I think we've only watched 4 episodes because I do not care for it. I've heard that it gets really, really good by the end, but I'm like, it's like 20 episodes.
Well, that's
if
a
you
lot.
can't-
That's a lot. Yeah.
If you are telling me, oh, the end is so great, I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, I shouldn't have to wait for the end for it to be great. It should be great the whole way through.
Or at least it should be a slow build where I'm like, okay, I'll keep watching. But yeah, I'm having a hard time with that one. We're not watching that one.
It's your edit, bro.
So another edit. Another edit. 'Cause you silly ladies can't talk when I just try to fix that. Okay.
Sorry, you're the fuel here.
Okay. Got it. Cool.
I just wasn't sure what was happening.
I'm just trying to fix
fair.
the internet. We can't hear you at all. Like
Okay.
it's like it's not your fault. It's just that my connection for some reason, if it's not turned the right way, we just get really bad signal. So
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Is it better now?
All right.
Yeah, it's great now.
Okay.
I hope that helps me edit. Yes, so I think I will finally get to it and I'll get through some of these shows, but there might be some that I just skip, so I don't really care.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is to all our listeners. If you've never watched The Boys, I know that you get pressure from everybody else in your life that why aren't you watching this one show? Why aren't you watching this one show? Let me be the last person to just say, hey, you have to watch The Boys.
I will agree with Amanda.
Ignore
so.
everybody else's suggestions. The Boys.
The boys. The boys.
Okay.
Okay, so we are 12 minutes in, Amanda.
Who
and you
cares?
have something special for us, right?
We're talking
This
about
is our
cool
show.
things.
Whose
so-
show is this?
Our show.
Mine.
bitch.
Whose show is this?
It's our show, not yours. Deal with it.
It's the Amanda and Andy show, not the Andy and Amanda show. Get it right.
That's right. Damn it.
I'm not even like in the name.
Yeah, you know what? You have been part of this podcast for 3 years. Why can't we put you on the titles, huh?
I don't care.
There was a time that Ash was not part of the podcast, believe it or not.
Yeah.
It was
You were
Amanda
the-
and I sitting at a table.
I was
You
there.
were
I
a
just didn't have
silent
mic.
partner.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
I was just the awkward person that you would respond to when nobody else could hear what I was saying.
Yeah, that was true. That's true.
When we tried to do it like a talk show.
It was great. I mean, those episodes got 8 views. It was great.
If anybody doesn't know, we started on YouTube. So
We did
go to
start on
YouTube,
YouTube.
and check out our very first episodes.
Or don't.
Or, I mean,
Do
whatever
it.
works.
They're,
or
they're
don't.
classics.
Check out The Rock. It's the best one.
Well, that one's
He
also
guest stars.
on-
He guest
Podcast.
stars.
Guest stars.
Jabroni.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
You candy asses want to know what we're talking about today?
Let's do it.
All right. We're not talking about The Rock at all. So
Oh.
the other day I was at work and my mind wanders while I'm doing foils as it does. And I started thinking about the food and drinks in TV shows and video games and stuff that I wish I could try.
Ooh,
And
like,
so you can tell what time of day it was because I was hungry.
So wait.
So-
So is this a definitive list of your favorites, or is this just general?
No, this was literally just stuff that I was thinking about, and then I was just like putting it all in this huge note. So
Okay.
these
Okay.
are not in any order. These are not in any type of like ranking system or whatever. These are
Got
just
it.
ones that I was thinking about. And I know that a lot of these are like pretend food. But, obviously there maybe are companies now that make their own version of it that you can buy it, or you could make it at home if you really wanted to. I'm just talking about like when I was watching the movie or playing the game, it looked delicious.
I legitimately can't
down.
think of one
I can. I'll let you
Oh,
know
really?
at the end.
right now, and so I am curious what this list is because I'm drawing blanks of fake food
Mine's
from
not a
movies.
mine's not a fake food. It's a real food, but it's like the version on the movie. I'm just like, I want that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'll start with the first one I was thinking of was that I thought that all the food in Willy Wonka, all the candy and stuff, always looked amazing.
Wait, that's
like-
not real.
No, but that's what I said. I was like, some of it is real life, right? Like, obviously they've made Gobstoppers and obviously they've made Wonka bars and stuff. But I'm
Right.
just saying that, like, in the context of the movie, I wanted to eat that.
What was your favorite in the movie?
I think for me, I always wanted the 3-course meal gum.
I still think that one was really cool too.
That's cool.
Yep.
I always thought that was
Yep.
cool. And then the lickable wallpaper.
Yeah, the schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Yeah, like when you guys watched it as kids, was there anything that you wanted?
I couldn't even tell you what was in it, like the things you just mentioned.
Dude, fizzy lifting drink where I can
Yes!
fly. Like that would be rad. But then I always thought where him and Charlie have to burp was just really gross. Like it's like a 15-minute scene of them burping.
Don't worry about the negative. Don't worry about the negative. Because
Okay, wait,
Violet
let me get this right.
Beauregard.
Let me get this right. Gobstopper,
Yeah.
chocolate bar that gets giant, right? Or shrinks down.
Yes.
What is Violet's? The golden egg. What is that?
No. So that's Veruca Salt. So the golden
Veruca
egg.
Salt. Sorry, Veruca Salt. I said it wrong.
It's just geese that lay golden eggs. I think. I don't.
But are
remember
they supposed
exactly.
to be edible or no?
I don't remember.
Okay,
But,
and then the 3-course meal gum,
Yes.
and then
Violet
the
Beauregard.
chocolate river fountain,
Augustus Gloop.
right? And then is there another one other than the fizzy lifting drink? Is there another candy that he does?
I
don't
just remember
think
when they
so.
like walk into like the whole like land that's made of
Yes.
candy, and they're all just like taking bites out of.
Oh, you know
everything.
what? Don't they like get like whipped cream out of one of the mushrooms?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I would eat that.
I just want to be in a
Yeah.
place where I can literally just take bites of everything around
And
me.
it's just candy. Like, what isn't something licorice? Because I like myself some licorice.
It
in the
was-
Willy Wonka.
It was everything was made of candy. Everything was edible. And
Yeah.
actually that scene where
Even
they
the
open the
Oompa
doors.
Loompas. Yeah.
Yes. The scene where they open the doors and they
Yeah.
all see it for the first time, that was a real reaction.
That's so cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's how I would
cool.
react.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I
like
guess
that.
none of the kids and stuff had seen that part of the factory before.
Dang, that's
And so
awesome.
their reactions are like the
awesome.
real kids seeing the scene for the first time.
And the rowers keep on rowing.
Yes. So I'll just get this out of the way because I
Okay.
talk about Futurama on every episode. So Futurama has Slurm, which is like the beverage of the future. It's just called Slurm. And then they also have it's called Bachelor Chow, where it's sold like dog food. And
Okay.
So the Bachelor Chow is always like a cool idea, but I always wished I could try Slurm for real.
Yeah, I would.
What do you think it tastes like?
Surge. In my mind,
That's
it tastes
exactly
like
what I
Surge.
would imagine.
That
If
makes
something was
sense.
called Slurm, I would imagine.
I
it
haven't
tastes
watched
like Surge.
Futurama enough to know that food though, because I've seen episodes like intermittently, but I
Yeah.
haven't seen enough to remember that.
It's kind of like there's always like big billboards of it, and Fry drinks it all the time, and they end up going to the Slurm factory, and it's like a Willy Wonka kind of thing.
Oh, got it.
So it's actually a cool episode.
I feel like
Um,
it's kind of like Duff beer.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
that would be something I would have liked to try back in the day, Duff beer, which I think they did make it, but it probably just tasted like
Well, and you can
Budweiser.
also
Yeah.
you can buy cans of Slurm too, right? So it's like I obviously know there are some of these things that you can buy in the real world, but like
Yeah.
whatever, I still want to try it. Did you guys ever watch Hook when you were kids?
Oh yeah, you mean all the
No.
imaginary food
The Feast. I always
Yeah.
wish it was
where
real.
everything looked like ice cream, didn't it? Or like
It was
or
like colored whipped cream or something.
yeah,
Like it
something
was so
looked
vibrant.
like sherbet or something like that. I remember.
Yeah.
You're doing it, Peter. You're doing it.
I don't
I
know.
saw that
As
movie
a
once
kid,
as an adult, and I hated it.
That's when they
Well,
have
maybe you
that
could.
battle back and forth, and they're calling each other names. It's funny.
I do
Don't
not.
remember that part.
oh,
I am not a Hook fan. Some people are like, "Oh, it's the best movie of the '90s." I don't agree.
it didn't hook me.
I don't absolutely hate it, but it's not one that I rewatch. I just remember like the scene of the feast, like
Yeah.
that when we were kids, it was just like, oh my God.
Yeah, I remember being a kid and thinking that was like, I bet some of that's yummy. I bet that's
I bet that's
scrumptious.
yummy. What about a Krabby Patty?
You know what's funny?
They
is-
have those gummies.
Yeah, they have the gummies, but I don't think it would be the
I
same.
know, but that's
always
not a
imagine
Krabby Patty.
I always
No.
imagine the Krabby Patties would just be soaking wet because they're made in the sea.
It's just a soggy bun.
It's gross.
I always thought they looked good. And then in one of the episodes they're called Pretty Patties, and they're like every burger, the whole thing is like a color. So there's like
Oh.
a pink
Yeah.
burger, a red burger, yellow, and those looked cool too.
I always thought, I thought the gummies were cool when they came out because you could build your own Krabby Patty.
Yeah.
But then
Sure.
it tastes like gummies, which is not
Right.
the same. Yes.
I don't know. I don't know that I need my burger like filled with a bunch of food dyes.
Yeah, she's not about that.
What about? Did you guys ever watch Despicable Me 2 with the kids?
No.
Despicable Me 2. Is that where Groot's the good guy?
Groot,
Groot,
yeah,
the good guy?
he
I
like
said Groot.
teams up with
Groot.
one of the girls. Anyway,
Yeah.
in the movie, they're at like some like Cinco de Mayo party or whatever, and somebody puts like a hat on Groot, and it's like a sombrero, but it's made of tortilla chip, and
You're just
in
like
in like
mouth-watering.
in the well of the sombrero is like guacamole and like salsa and stuff, and so he like chunks a chip off of the hat, and like he like breaks a chip piece of the hat off and like scoops it in the guacamole and like eats it. And
would
I
eat
was
it.
like,
That's incredible.
If that
I
was-
would do that 100%.
Somebody must have tried to make something like that. I would have totally ate it.
Oh, I'm sure. I think there's like, I'm sure there's YouTube videos because I know like Binging with Babish always does a lot of like fake food and he makes
Yeah.
it. And I know there's a bunch of YouTube channels that like recreate food. So
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody's done it.
I miss because since we moved out here, there's no taco time. It's a West Coast thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and the tostado bowls, I like
They're-
miss those because that reminds me of that, like being able to break the bowl off and like dip some of my beans or chicken
I'm sorry,
or something in it. So
those are
yeah.
incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super good. I miss
They are
those because I
delicious.
don't think there's anything similar to it out here. So, yeah.
What about Scooby Snacks?
Dude, you know what's funny? Wait, are those for Scooby?
Okay, so they're
Because isn't that dog food then?
well, as
Or
as
no?
far as the lore of the show goes, they're dog
Yeah.
treats.
Yeah,
And
right.
Shaggy
They made
eats
like
them.
graham cracker versions.
Yeah,
of them, right.
right.
Yeah.
But you know,
I mean,
Shaggy's
I'll be
so
honest.
stoned, he don't know the difference.
I don't want to eat dog treats.
I don't know, just the way they make them look so delicious.
I would totally eat them Scooby Snack dog treats. If they
And
were
I will
real.
say that one of the things that I used to always want to try was blue milk from Star Wars, but in Star Wars and I think The Last Jedi,
yeah,
they show Luke Skywalker like getting it from the teat of an animal, and I was like,
and it ruined it.
yes, it did, because he had a milk mustache. It was
I love it.
disgusting.
I love it. That's so
Um,
funny.
I don't know about you, but I've always wanted to eat a walnut mushroom from Mario.
Oh, really? I'm not a mushroom fan, so for me, I'm
not
shy
either.
away from that anyway. But
But it gives him an extra life, so it makes him feel so good that he has extra life.
I want a green one.
I'm just saying.
I'm trying to
'Cause
imagine
the
what it
red
would
one makes
taste
you
like.
big.
Because like a mushroom, like I mean, it tastes like dirt, right? But like when it's red or green, like I imagine it's like sweet.
Well, and then in other Marios, there's like a poison mushroom. If he eats, it makes him small.
Yeah, the purple
So,
one.
bleh.
I don't know why, but in my mind, it tastes like a green apple.
Like the green ones?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can imagine that.
I can't even imagine the taste of a Mario mushroom.
I don't
I
know
don't
why,
know.
man. That's just how I feel about it.
And they're so perfect, you know?
Yeah, I just imagine they're more like candy than they are mushrooms.
Oh, yeah. And Mario probably likes it that way. He has a lot of them.
Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah.
why they chose a mushroom, by the way.
I don't know.
No. Mushroom Kingdom wasn't even a thing in the first Mario, right? It wasn't actually called the Mushroom Kingdom back then, was it? I'm going to open up the manual because
I
I
don't
have
know.
it, and I'm gonna
I don't
find
know.
out because I want to know if it was called the Mushroom Kingdom. That makes sense, but because he could have had he could have broke those blocks and anything could have came out of that.
Yeah.
Fucking broccoli or something, you know?
Well, or they could have, most video games at the time just had like the characters like little face sprites, and that was a one up,
Yeah,
like-
I'm surprised it's
right.
not like a tomato.
right? Because he's
Something-
Italian.
Like, he's Italian.
No. Kirby is a tomato.
Yeah, but
Kirby
like,
eats tomatoes.
great. Good for
Yeah,
Kirby.
but wasn't Super Mario
But, like-
created first?
Jumpman was with Donkey
Mario's
Kong. yes.
Italian.
Yeah.
They've got red tomatoes.
Spaghetti.
They've got green tomatoes.
A full bowl of spaghetti.
I'm just saying.
Gotta
Like,
carve
I
up.
feel like that's what an Italian man would want is a tomato.
I mean,
Slice of pizza, but that was Yonoid, so I'm good.
how about the burgers from Bob's Burgers?
Absolutely, every single one. I actually have the cookbook you gave me, and I've never made anything
Yes,
from
there
it.
is.
but
a
Me
I,
cook
either.
show. Now that we got the grill, we should. We should.
we should.
I would
I
totally
want the-
eat Bob's Burgers. They look delicious.
That was
Some of
probably
them-
one of my favorite parts of the show was like reading that menu board every time.
The child molester comes with candy. I always wanted to try the baby you can chive my car burger because it came with pickle chips.
That's such a good show, by the way. I kind of feel like almost underrated.
Yeah.
It
Because
got a
in the-
movie.
Well, no, I'm just saying in the grand scheme of cartoons, not everybody talks about Bob's Burgers, right?
That's fair.
I mean, yeah. And you're not a huge cartoon fan, but you love that show.
I love Bob's Burgers.
You
It's
love
so
that show.
good.
Yeah.
And it's one where like I don't have to worry about the jokes because like there are some adult jokes for the most part, but
Yeah.
like for the most part it's just funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
I agree. It's good. It's a really good show.
All right.
How about the Eat Me cookies from Alice in Wonderland?
Well, she had all sorts of stuff, right? She had Drink Me and Eat Me.
She had
I
mushrooms
know.
too.
I
And
just wanted to eat
mushrooms,
the cookies. They just looked good.
I don't know about the cookies. I only remember drink. I wanted to drink the drink because I'm like, what would that be like? And
It
I
was
could
like
get
a
really
cool
little
vial.
and really big. Yeah, it was a cool vial.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why, because I just thought it was a cool vial.
Probably.
That vial was vile.
Did you ever well, okay,
That joke was
know-
vile.
I know that it's kind of like a horrible scene, but
So in Hostel,
I always want to try the chocolate cake from Matilda.
oh, is that I'm trying to remember that scene.
Yeah.
What
Well,
was
it was
that?
this chocolate cake, and she like made the boy eat the whole thing, and it was
Oh,
like
that's
horrible
right.
and disgusting.
That's right. And he was
but
like
that cake
miserable,
looked
right?
delicious.
It did look delicious. Like I jump me on that.
I'm looking it up because I haven't seen that movie in
It's been a long time.
I can't even remember.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's like a multiple layer chocolate cake with chocolate frosting on the outside.
Oh my
and
god,
I
I remember this.
Yeah,
I want to say there's like
Yes.
chocolate shavings
want
or
some.
something on it. Yeah.
It looks. I mean, it looks delicious.
Nope, there's no chocolate shavings. It's literally
Okay.
just chocolate layer cake.
Yeah, I'd eat it though. And I don't like chocolate, so but
I see-
I remember that being good.
I have a hard time with chocolate, but I'm like, give me an ice cold glass of milk with that, and I could do some damage
That's
on
fair.
that cake.
I could do some damage on that. one.
Yes, please.
So
love
in I'm gonna talk about something you guys don't really know about for a minute. Pokemon.
I know Pokemon. I was just playing Puzzle League today.
Okay, I want to eat a rare candy.
Oh, I know Rare Candy. I do.
What do they do?
I don't remember what they do.
Pop quiz, motherfucker.
They power up your Pokemon. I don't remember.
Yeah, it basically allows them to evolve.
Yeah, right.
But I don't know. It was like, so in the game, they're always just this like little round, perfectly cute piece of candy. And
Probably
I'm like,
tastes like rice candy.
well, to me, I'm like, that tastes like strawberry or like cherry, but Asian candy's never overly sweet. It's always like the
No.
right amount of sweet. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I know exactly what that tastes like and I want it.
That's a good one, though.
Maybe
I like
there's a
that one.
fizzy center. I don't know. I need to try it.
I don't know. I need to get in the Pokemon world.
I need to try it. Do you guys remember the Simpsons movie?
Yeah.
Do you remember when Ned Flanders makes Bart Simpson like the perfect hot chocolate?
No, no. I thought you were going to talk
I
about
thought you
Homer
were going
eating
to say
donuts.
the donut.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Well, the giant pink donut looks delicious, but
Yeah, I've
So-
always wanted to eat Homer's giant pink donut. That sounds terrible.
So yeah, yeah, it does. So Ned Flanders makes Bart Simpson like this hot chocolate that like he like you watch him make it and he does like all these like he like shaves nutmeg in it and like does the whipped cream on top. Then he like shaves some chocolate on top. Then he like brulees a marshmallow and like sticks that in the top.
Oh, dude, it looks delicious, and it looks like our local milkshake place that like lets you
Oh,
put
yeah, totally.
stuff like that on top. Hey,
Oh,
diddly
the one that you had like a whole piece of cheesecake on top.
Oh, yeah.
of the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
No, I always thought that looked delicious. Also, from The Simpsons, I always wanted to try a flaming Moe.
Oh yes, I do remember Flaming Moe.
And I know that
Yep.
at the Simpsons Land at Universal Studios, they do make some of this. So like you can
Yeah.
go buy the pink donut, you can
Oh,
buy a
yeah.
flaming Moe, you can
Yeah,
get
that's
can get
cool.
a crusty burger. But I don't know why, like when I think of Simpsons food, for some reason that hot chocolate like sticks in my mind. And I'm like, I would 100% drink that whole cup.
Because Ned worked hard on it too. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
Ned's not half-assing that hot chocolate. That's legit hot chocolate.
Yes.
Yeah.
So did you ever play Skyrim?
Oh. Okay. Skyrim's a problem because I've tried to play it. No, it's a problem because it's been in my face for like 12 years now.
Uh-huh.
And I play it for the first like 30 minutes and then never go any further. So, so I don't think I even gotten to whatever food you're going to talk about.
Well, so a sweet roll is something that like gets mentioned a lot in the game where like
Uh-huh.
that's where some of people will be like, oh, did you drop your sweet roll? And like it's just like a food item from the game. But they're this like because you can see an image of everything in your inventory.
Yeah.
And like the image is this like little imagine like this little circular roll. Like it's a cinnamon roll, but the inside is like almost like a mountain, like
Yeah,
through the
it
middle.
looks delicious. Yeah. Right.
And then it's got this like white icing all over the top. And it's like, that looks incredible.
I love
I'm
it.
literally salivating.
Right? It sounds incredible.
Fair.
I also had the feast from the Harry Potter movies.
Dude, you know
Yeah.
what's funny? I was going to try to rewatch Harry Potter movies with Cam, and her ass cannot even get through the first one before she's like ADD. So,
Well, it's the worst.
yeah, but so I don't remember the feast, but it probably was delicious.
They're a little slow. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first one for sure.
The first one definitely is. And like because they're young, like their acting's not as good in the first
Sure,
one and it's hard
sure.
to get through
yeah.
for multiple reasons.
When Cam
but-
doesn't get it, she's like, "Why are all the letters? Why is he getting all the letters? Why is the letters in the house? Why is they not mean? Why does he live under the stairs? Why is the?" And I'm like, "Okay, we're done. I'm
Let's
shutting
be
this
honest,
off."
it's just too long.
Yeah. Why,
I don't-
who's the big guy? Who's the guy with the beard? What's up with the bird and the owl? What's going on with that? And I'm like, I'm done. I'm like, I
She
can't
might
handle
she
this.
might just not be old enough to
I don't
want
think
to.
she's ready.
No.
I think
Pay
you gotta be
attention.
like 7 or 8 to be ready for that.
I was gonna say 10.
Well, the way that they educate these kids, they want them to be 16 by the time they're in second grade. So
Yeah, seriously. So in Stardew Valley, which I know you guys have never played, so I'm just gonna
unfortunately,
talk
I
about
have
it.
that, Yeah.
So, in Stardew Valley, the big collectible item that there's only I think like 12 of them in the game is called a star drop, and you get it at like certain moments in the game where like, in other games like that's when you get like your weapon upgrade, or that's when you
Sure,
get like
right.
you get them at certain points. But the thing that's cool about a star drop is it's like this purple star, and it's supposed to be like some kind of like fruit thing because it's got this little leaf coming out the top.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to taste like your favorite thing. So
Okay.
like
Ooh.
whatever your favorite thing is, that's what it's supposed to taste like. So it's
Interesting.
funny because when you first start playing the game, they ask you what your favorite thing is.
Oh, gotcha.
And like, so one time I think I did like Pixel or like Lincoln, and it was like, and then it was like,
Tastes like Lincoln.
you eat the star drop, or I think it says like it reminds you of Lincoln, or like
That's
it tastes
so
like
funny.
Lincoln, and I was like, oh
my
weird.
God. That's awesome.
But then later on I figured it out. So then it'll be like, you ate a star drop. It tastes like pizza. I'm like, okay.
Nice. That's good.
And And then, I mean, I don't know how many more you guys will talk about, but I always wanted to try a chocolate covered banana from the Bluth's banana stand from Arrested Development.
See, Ash and I didn't watch Arrested Development, did we? Or did you
No,
watch more than I did?
I tried to watch it, and I probably got a few episodes in, but I got lost.
Yeah, you weren't as into it. So we missed that one, Amanda. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I know, I'm
But
sorry.
hey,
Well, see-
I'll eat anybody's chocolate covered banana.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That could get you into some danger. So, I know you guys watch Parks and Rec.
Yes.
Okay, so Parks and Rec had a bunch of different kind of like fake food, like always like Leslie's waffles always looked incredible and that kind of stuff. But like, so there was two that I remember being like, I would eat it. So one is the meat tornado. It was from an episode where Chris Pratt is trying to cheer up Ron Swanson, and he goes like, I go get a set of meat tornado. And then the other one is it's called the Four Horsemen of the Egg Porcalypse. And it's like a meal that Ron Swanson eats. It's just like a bunch of meat and stuff.
Do you remember these episodes, Ash? Because you
No.
watched that a couple times over, didn't you?
I don't think I rewatched it.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Oh, I've rewatched Parks and Rec so many times. They had some food, but then they always had like kind of fake food to go along with these like stupid restaurants that they were trying to bring into town. And so that was always funny to like see what kind of like crazy cheeseburgers or whatever were going to come out. Another one is from 30 Rock that I know you guys didn't watch, but it was called.
I feel so bad. All of this stuff. We can't
It's okay.
relate to.
Half of it.
Yeah, you did watch more 30 Rock, didn't you?
Okay, so in one of the shows they talk about this thing called cheesy blasters, and I always thought that it sounded gross, but I would eat it if like some company ever came out with it. And so here's the theme song, okay? Because Tina Fey sings it. You take a hot dog, stuff it with some jack cheese, roll it in a pizza. You got cheesy blasters. So it's like a hot dog with cheese rolled in a pizza, and then you eat it.
Did you ever see the SNL skit where they're making a taco and they just keep adding stuff to it?
Yeah, they like add a pizza and then a sandwich
They're
and
like,
like
and then we're gonna sandwich bread. But
Yeah,
then
then-
there's more and a gordita.
then we're gonna deep fry it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the last thing and wrapped in a pizza.
I would eat it.
I would eat it too. I remember seeing it. I was like, I'd take a bite of that. It looks delicious.
I mean, I'm sorry. If somebody made that and like brought it to a party or something, you'd eat it. You'd try it at
good.
least.
So good. It was delicious.
And then
Or
did
it'd
you
be
ever
disgusting, I don't know.
you played Portal.
Yes.
I wanted the chocolate cake.
The cake.
Dude, who didn't want
The
the cake
cake
was
is a lie.
I don't care that it's a lie. I want to eat it.
Yeah. I want to know. I want to know how good that would have been.
And then one of the other video game ones I always wanted to try was Nuka-Cola, which is featured
Oh,
heavily
yeah.
in Fallout.
Yeah, and I know that about Fallout. I remember seeing that a lot. Is there not a beverage in BioShock? Or anything you could take? Or is it just the elixirs that give you powers?
I
and
think
stuff?
it's the elixirs.
Yeah, that's right.
Which, I mean, I would drink those too.
You know what's funny? Back when I was a kid, I always, in the classic beat 'em up video games, which I don't know if you have those on your list, Amanda.
No.
Okay. Well, when you're playing Final Fight, it's a whole freaking turkey. So, like, you bust a barrel open and then just a platter of turkey, and then you gain your life. And I was like, dude, can you imagine just taking that turkey down real fast? I just imagine, like, if I was fighting, would I want turkey? Would I want some turkey?
Was it supposed to be like a chicken? Like you get your protein?
Yeah. So it's just like, it's like a full plate though. And, and it looks like a Thanksgiving Day, like, wrapped up there. But then Ninja Turtles, right? There's a freaking pizza on the ground as well.
Why did the Turtles have the cheesiest pizzas?
Dude, okay, I was just thinking this. When you first brought this up, the only thing I can think of is how badly I'm going to take the slice off of Splinter's head in the first movie and eat it when it falls on him. So,
I mean, even
like-
just the cartoon where they like pull the piece of pizza out of the box.
it's so
You're like,
cheesy.
oh my God, how is the cheese still on the pizza?
yeah, the first actually, there's two times, Ninja Turtles 1 and Ninja Turtles 2. The pizza that they're eating both looks delicious. Like they're like playing like a little mini game of football with the pizza, and he like throws it over to Raph and he catches it on his side. And I remember like that pizza looked delicious. And the pizza that they're eating down in the sewer in the first movie looked delicious. And I was like, why? We never get pizza like that. New York slices that are that big with that much cheese on it.
Yes.
Oh,
I just want
so
pizza all the
good.
time.
I do want pizza. It's a problem. We had pizza today, Domino's, which we used to hate Domino's pizza until they came out with the pan pizza.
Their pan's pretty good.
And I was like, oh, yeah.
Also,
So-
we tried the tater tots.
Oh, don't
Yeah.
do it. Don't do it.
No, they're terrible. They're terrible. So
Way
we
overcooked. Like the cheese was just like burnt to a crisp.
have a Domino's very close to us. So if we order, it's still crazy hot. So like, of course I'm going to like it a little more, right? So it's still super hot, but it's right next to my work. And so we're in there a lot, just like buying a soda or getting like just some bread or whatever for the day. And they came out with, cause we try like whatever's new, and they came out with the tater tot thing. And I was like, hey, what's the best flavor? And the girl goes, don't do it. She's like, they're not good.
See, I was disappointed because
Don't do
the
it, don't do it.
brand of tater tots they're using is our favorite French fry brand.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's
So we're
really
like,
good.
we gotta try them. They gotta be good.
And
but,
the tots themselves.
And
are
honest, the
good.
tots were
Like,
fine, but
yeah.
like the toppings were just like, bleh.
I'm
So,
sorry.
whatever.
I only eat tater tots if they're deep fried. Okay, I will not eat them out of the oven.
Ooh. I don't know
I mean,
if I've ever had
I
deep
will.
fried tater tots.
Yes, you have.
Probably have
We
them
used
at
to do
restaurants
it
all the time.
at any restaurant that has a tater tot. It's probably deep fried. Also,
I
remember-
said, oh yeah, you're right. Like Sonic and that type of stuff. It's
Yeah,
deep fried tater
but also,
tot. I'm
do you
sorry,
remember
you're
when
right.
we had the deep fryer when we all lived together?
Yeah,
we used
never
to cook
cleaned
tater
it,
tots
and then
in
it
that
started
that
to
for all the
taste
time.
funny.
That oil smells so bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We made a lot of
We're
things.
like, we don't give a shit. This has been like the 17th time we've used this.
Sure didn't.
Because we were
Gross.
in our early 20s and we didn't give a shit about
Right?
that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's why I have
Steal-
digestive issues now.
You had to steal digestive
No, you have
tract.
you have digestive issues not because of the oil, but because of how much fried shit we ate.
because
Right.
of my gas station antics back in the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
I say back in the day, but I still eat it every now and again. I'm trying to think of any other food.
Okay, so let me tell you the one that I have.
What?
Okay.
So back when I was a wee youngin',
Okay.
I used to like very much Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen,
Uh-huh.
and they have a movie called It Takes Two.
Yes, they did.
And one of them plays like an orphan and one of them plays like a rich girl, and they like switch places. And so
Oh,
the rich
okay.
girl is at like this camp, like this summer camp where they have a bunch of orphans, and they have sloppy joes for lunch. And the girl's like so prim and proper. She's like, I have no idea what this is. And they're like, but she's trying to play the part. So they're like, aren't you going to try that? And she's like, yes, I'm going to eat this big gooey messy burger, because she had no idea what to
Yeah.
call it. But that bun looked so delicious that now whenever I plan on making sloppy joes, I have to buy buns that look like that. It was
Oh, I
like
love it.
the sheen on it.
Now
and it
I
just,
know
like-
why you always are particular about your
So
sloppy
in
Joe
my
buns.
head, a sloppy joe is always called a big gooey messy burger.
I love it.
I love it.
I don't
That's
know. Why is that? It's so funny how that stuff sticks with you.
Yeah.
And I guess as a kid, you relate to food pretty well. So it's kind of like, if something looks good, I can tell it looks good.
Sure. And like I
Yeah.
loved sloppy joes as a kid, so I'm
Right.
like, man, that one looks real good.
I don't know,
You know-
Andy.
Yeah.
What was a food that you always wanted as a kid? Like, I know we talked about Ninja
man.
Turtles, but
Yeah, I mean, Ninja Turtles is one that I remember just because I've seen the movie so many times. Dude, I'm trying to think back on like some Disney movies and stuff that they maybe had, like the animations.
You want beef ragout and cheese souffle?
Yeah.
Pie pudding on flambe?
Um,
The gray stuff? Anyone want to try the gray stuff? It's
honestly,
delicious.
you can
you know what I wanna
you can
try?
buy it at Disneyland.
Really, the gray stuff?
I love it. I
It's
want to
pretty
try.
good.
This is not pudding. I want to know what that is.
This is not pudding.
What is it? Yeah, I'm trying to remember back to like the Lady and the Tramp, you know, like they're eating like
Oh,
the
the
spaghetti.
meatballs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and sometimes I was like, I wonder if that's any good. Like, you know, I don't want to have to kiss a dog, but I don't mind some good spaghetti every now and again.
Honestly, like, I'm not super crazy about like a million kinds of vegetables, but
Yeah.
like the way that the ratatouille was made in Ratatouille, I was like, that looks beautiful. Like,
Oh, you know what, Amanda? You know what I did want? I wanted a smoothie from the cafe in Power Rangers because he made them for them all the time.
Yes.
It would always have them making it. I would have had one of those. Those always
Oh,
look
yeah.
really good. Yeah. Oh, and the Saved by the Bell, whatever food they were eating sometimes
Burgers
looked delicious.
at Max's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I would probably have gone those routes for sure.
I just want to hang out at Max's.
Yeah. Do you not want to cook like any or eat any of the Legend of Zelda stuff that you have to cook and
I would even well, because it's one of those ones where it's just like random shit thrown together and then like dink, 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 and then
yeah.
but even the bad food, like the it's like a
When
almost
you burn it.
yeah, but it's like
Yeah.
there's one where it was like it's like a bun, but it has like purple devil horns. I was like, I would eat that. I would
Well,
eat that.
isn't there also
Like-
one that just like sludge when you screw it up though? It's
Yeah.
like just yeah. I don't want that.
No, it's like a garbage pile.
You know what though? Some of the food in Overcooked does look okay when you're cooking it. So
Oh yeah.
yes, that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
And then some of the food from Cookin' Mama always looked good too.
Oh, dude, Cam was super into that for a little while. Cooking Mama, wasn't she, or
Yeah.
Crafting Mama? Out of one of the two, but
Now I feel like every movie I watch, I'm gonna like pay special attention to the food and be like, would I eat
well,
that?
and what's funny is like you talked about the Star Wars milk, but like Star Trek was always very popular because you were able to like just ask whatever you want and it would just make it out of its teleporter thing.
Well, Star Trek had Romulan ale. That was like the drink for Star Trek
Yeah.
for a long time. And that was really cool. But then they had Star Trek is I don't want to say Enterprise, I don't know, Deep Space Nine or something like that, had certain characters like that had like a bar on the ship.
Yes,
And
'cause
so-
Whoopi Goldberg, like
Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, so there was a ton of characters that like they had a ton of beverages and space themed stuff
yeah,
around all
the
that.
crazy drinks.
But I think, what makes it cooler is like, the name is cool, whatever, but Star Trek and Star Wars too, but Star Trek always had the coolest drinkware and plates and
Yeah.
bowls.
Yeah, they
And,
really did.
Like, so it just made it look cool,
Yeah,
whatever
it
they were
did.
doing. Also, I want to try the self-inflating bread from Star Wars, The Force Awakens.
Yep.
When
you put a little
Rey
drop
has
on
the
it, you're
bread.
like, yep.
Yes, that was a practical effect.
I know. I think that's cool. I would totally eat that, but it just tastes like a balloon.
Oh, yeah, to me, it tastes like matcha.
Yes. Yes.
I have to ask, Amanda, do you literally come up with all of the entire list just like off the top of your head?
I came up with, I would say, 75% of it.
Nice. That's
Wow.
awesome.
I'm
And
impressed.
then I was kind of like, I just Googled a list of like coolest ones. And a lot of them were like the feasts. So like one that I didn't talk
Yeah.
about was like the feast from Spirited Away.
Oh, okay.
That
Yeah,
always
I
looked
remember
beautiful. They talked about Harry Potter. They talked about Mr. Ping's famous noodles from Kung Fu Panda.
that. Oh, I don't remember that one.
I'd eat those.
Oh, I would.
I like me some noodles.
You know what I do want? I want Jack Black's one nacho. That's one nacho right there.
You have that all the time.
I know, I do. Anytime they're all together, I'm like, that's one nacho.
That's one chip.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Well, Amanda, this was really cool. I think it turned out better than you expected.
I thought it was going to be just fine.
You're shattering my confidence. No, I honestly, it's those are the types of things I don't think about very often.
I think
is
what
like
Andy
imagination
means
food.
is that it turned out better than he expected.
Yeah, that's exactly what you mean.
I didn't have any expectations, therefore it was well done. Amanda, where can people tell us where to eat imaginary food?
Okay, I want to know whether you agree with me, disagree with me, or have one that I didn't even talk about. Hit us up on our Instagram at Real Awkward Podcast. We're going to put up like stories or something if I remember to do it, where we're going to talk about what imaginary food you wanted to try. So I want to know.
Let's be honest. You're not going to remember to put anything up. Nobody's going to reach out to us. Nobody's going to comment. Nobody's sliding into our DMs. Can we just be realistic?
Yeah, maybe we should stop asking people because
Just stop- let's just stop
comments
asking.
anymore. You know,
Nobody cares.
Other than, to be honest, if you are listening and you're a new listener that downloaded recently, we appreciate it because we started to be more active on TikTok and We hopefully got some
Again,
people
thank
to come
you to
over.
Waves and Games for
Yeah,
always
thank
commenting.
You for Peter. Thank you, Peter, because we nobody.
You're our only friend.
Oh, and Smash Brothers Gaming, Mark, dude, he still listens to the show, so we appreciate that. So those two people, thank you so much, and our Patreon supporters. This is the saddest podcast ever.
We do this for fun.
All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next disappointing episode of the Real Awkward Podcast.
Disappointing.
It was better than I expected.
Get the hell out of here.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.